Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Tactics Ogre Reborn walkthrough. Alright, so just kind of getting ready to go into Mount, what is this, Weobry? Something like that. But I wanted to go over a couple of things that I've done prior, or like I guess between videos, and also we actually do have a couple of Warren Report topics to zip through. So, alright, first up is the Galgastani join the resistance. So former Galgastani soldiers are flocking to the Walliser resistance. Many of them long to end the war that has stretched on for more than 2 years, and they are eager to prove their mettle against the Bakram armies. Alright, so the Galgastani have joined us. Next up is Galgastan is no more. Elmorica Castle has been liberated by resistance forces. High Commander Zabos was slain in the battle. The Galgastani stragglers who had continued fighting the resistance are now no more. This signals the end of the Kingdom of Galgastan established by the late Hierophant Balbatos. So yeah, we basically just completely wiped them up. And whoever was left over joined us. Also, alright, so let's take a look at the party. I've got everybody at, mostly my main characters here at level 25. So I did level, obviously Denim, Canopus, a bunch of my randos. I actually did swap Ravenous over to White Knight. Again, mostly because the White Knight has really good stat growth. So definitely did that. Gildas here is level 25. Let me just take a look here. It's probably a good idea to use a... Oh, can he? Yeah, he can use a Light Charm. So ideally, if you're going to be using Gildas, you really do want to swap him over to the light element, right? Because that'll at least make his heals a little bit better. I'm mostly bringing him anyway for the velocity shift. I don't know how often I'll use him though, since we've got Ravenous. I'll probably just stick with her. Gildas also, I like to use the spears on the White Knights, and unfortunately he doesn't start out with a very... I mean, it's not that big of a deal, right? You gain spear, or you gain weapon levels pretty quickly, but the combination of not... I mean, I don't quite want to use a charm quite yet. I only have one light charm as of right now, and I'm going to hold off on that. So anyways, I got a bunch of the other characters leveled. I do have Vice leveled, so he's 25 now. It's a little bit of a toss-up between leveling Vice as a Ranger or waiting until later and leveling him as Buccaneer, but Buccaneer and Ranger have such close stat growths that I didn't really feel like it was that big of a deal. So yeah, so he's level 25. I did bring up everybody, really, again, kind of my more generic characters I brought up, so Sarah and Voltaire as well. Zapan I still haven't leveled. I don't really know what I'm going to do with him yet, if anything. There's a chance that I may just not ever end up really using him. And then I do have my Beastmasters are leveled, as well as my 2 dragons. I picked up actually a Phantom and a Skeleton in the Farampa Wildwood. So being that I recruited the was it a Lich or was it a Necromancer? Where is that guy? I must be blind here. Where is this guy at? Jesus, he's right here. Necromancer. So Necromancers can obviously recruit the Skeletons and the Phantoms. So I did that. I don't know that I'll use these. So this is, I believe, a female. Yeah. So right now, you can go Enchantress or you can go Witch. Again, I'm not really sure what I'll do with this thing, if anything. I'm not really seeing anything super unique about it, right? At least quite yet. It is level 24 already. But, I'm not really seeing, again, any difference really between this and a human. The only, I guess, the bigger difference would be this thing floats, and then on top of that, it's undead. So, when it dies, it can just jump back up. I don't really find that to be all that important, but it is what it is. I also, again, I grabbed a warrior as well, a skeleton. Kind of the same thing, though. You know, there really isn't much of a difference between the humans and the undead, aside from the fact that they're undead, and again, if they get knocked down, they can get back up if you give them enough time. So, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. I haven't used Aracel yet. She's still level 23. I did level Mirrodin, though, so, you know, Mirrodin is a white knight as well, and you know, that's really honestly the best class that he's going to have, and the best, you know, growth. So, yeah, just kind of been doing that. Got a couple of the other dragons leveled up as well. Pretty much, you know, anything that I plan on using is 25. But anyways, let's get started on the Mount Weobry battle. There's a lot to do here. I'm probably going to do a lot of recruiting. So I guess just buckle up and let's get this started. Alright, perform an action to exercise an undead, perform an action to debuff an enemy, and use a recruit skill. Alright, so let's take a look. Should be a ton of dragons here, yeah, of course. So we've got a dark dragon here. Actually, this guy's a neutral unit. Interesting. Okay, well that makes things a little bit weird, but it should be fine. Yeah, I think it looks like all of these guys. So basically, it looks like it's mostly undead that are. Yeah, we're fighting mostly just the undead, and then the dragons are neutral. So I think we actually need to attack the dragons, right? If we want to try to recruit them. Also, it does look like we've got some, yeah, a couple of gremlins. So this one's a familiar. I can't quite recruit these guys yet. We just don't have the ability. I can't remember what claim. It might be the Lich that lets you recruit the gremlins, but there's also some lizard men as well here that I don't really, again, I'm not really gonna bother with these guys. There's a, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother. But yeah, so what I'll try to do here is probably try to grab the higher priority units, so like the Arc Dragon, the Dark Dragon, and the Hydra. You know, Hydras are pretty rare, so it's generally a good idea to snag them if you can. Here's a Wizard and an Enchantress, but yeah, a Galvestani unit and a Wallister unit. I think the Wallister is probably better, but let's get started here. So let's remove a bunch of the stuff that I'm not going to be using. Who is this caster? I'm going to need my probably 2 Tamers, and then I don't know. Let's grab my Flood Dragon, and then I don't know, maybe one more caster. I think. Yeah, maybe Jean. Is her? Yeah, she's Wallace there. I'm gonna cancel all the AI and let's. Oh, let me check. Yeah, so we've got. You know, probably not a bad idea to grab a Dragoon. What was the other? Exercise an undead, debuff, use a recruit skill. Yeah, alright, so this is, I mean, all of the bonus objectives are going to be pretty easy as well.
We can't afford to lose a single man to these fiends. Watch yourselves.
Indeed, alright. Vanquish the enemy. Can do, choose, can do. Alright, so, as far as drops here, this can't be right. 0-0, there's a Juggernaut? That's not possible. Yeah, this is 0-0 here. Yeah, and there is no Juggernaut. Unless there's some randomness to this battle, which I really doubt. I've just noticed the list that I'm looking at has been wrong a couple of times, but either that or, again, there may be some randomness to this, but also there's apparently, so there should be a Gremlin Familiar at 1812, so let's count this off. So this is 0-0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 12, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So this gremlin familiar will drop a familiar's mark 8% of the time. I'm not going to try to get that. That is way too rare. So yeah, not going to bother with that. The Hydra will just drop like kind of normal dragon type drops, which is the Beast Fangs and Beast Claws. And actually all of the dragons will drop those as well. Although the dragons will also drop their marks, which I'm not going to try though, because all of their marks only have an 8% drop rate. I think it's generally the case, if a monster can be tamed, the better. Like if you want to get their mark right to, I don't know, maybe change their class into something else. It's in my opinion better always to actually just recruit them and then auction them, and then just buy the mark from the store, because the mark will become available after you auction. So that's my I guess 2 cents on that. The problem is, though, not every monster can be auctioned. Like phantoms, for instance, can't be auctioned. Orcs, like lizard men, right? The demi-humans. It's the beasts really that can be auctioned. All of the dragons, hydras, cockatrices, octopus, so on and so forth. So one of the things that I'll do here, though, is we'll just start out. I'm actually going to try to avoid attacking the dragons right away. We're going to knock down some of these other enemies first, because the dragons won't actually mess with you unless you attack them. So they are, I don't know, I guess I would call them like neutral units, because they're not actually actively helping you, but they're not working against you either, at first anyway. And again, that's as long as you don't basically damage them. So I just keep that in mind. Crap. I can't do anything with this quick. Ooh, there we go. That'll work. Cards. Oh, I see what I'm gonna need to do with him, or with what's his name? Chemicals, jeez. Yeah, I mean, this is the nice thing about having all these Aquaman, right? This prick thought he was gonna be all smooth up here on top with his little bow. The funny thing is, the neutral units will, like, you know, walk right up next to you, but they just won't attack you. It's kind of funny. Like, oh Jesus, is he gonna attack? Nope, he's not going to. They're just, I don't know, maybe trying to intimidate us. Does that make sense? Sure. Huh. Well, won't start in on the dragons quite yet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rely on my dragon, unfortunately, to do some breaching, which I don't really love. Probably should have brought Terranite instead. Ooh, attack him now. Too high. The funny thing is, if you know, the dragon's using Earth Averse like that, it won't actually trigger the enemies to attack them. Can't get across. Do the same thing. Come on down here. Can't quite make it there. Yeah, I love that the finishers, I don't know if they ignore height, but you can generally get a little bit. It's a little easier to actually deal some damage with them because oftentimes they don't have as bad height restrictions. Let's see, or maybe ever. I don't think I've ever really looked at that. I think about it. Slumber shots. Really tempted to just unload on this dragon already, but Patience, patience, man. Wait for the opportune time to strike. Oh, no mana. Well. Yeah, we've got a real lack of cards. Seems a little weird. Well, don't really have much of an option here. Just need to blast these guys. Boom. I also have to make sure that I don't just blast everything to smithereens before I get everything recruited. Otherwise, you know, that would not be good. Oh, yeah, now the dragons are angry. Just fine by me. Time to bail. See ya. There's dragons down there. let's see. Let's just heal. Tried attacking, so let's do let's try here, attack here, and then tame here. Alright, so what I'll do here instead is we'll chariot back. Oh man, this is gonna stink. So the two dragons are gonna get their turns right after this. Which, yeah, means charioting here is not gonna be fun, but 30%. Oh, lucky. Alright, got it. Good deal. Alright, well, I don't have to mess with him anymore then. Boom. not close enough to exercise that phantom there. Just have to get him with the other character. Alright, so the red, or the flame dragon here, yeah, again, really basic stuff here as far as its drops. Beast fangs, beast claws. Although I'll take this resistance card just because why not? It's probably not really that good of an idea. Let me see. Resistance card. Or... yeah, I don't know. Fangs and claws can make rings. I think I'll just wait. I'll try to take him out with somebody else then. Yeah, I really don't want to blow that dragon on a card. I'll try to block those enemies out from getting over to this thing. Exercise this guy. Oof. Shoot. Alright, let's see here. Move one square. Let's see if this changes anything. What's that? Problem with poison. It gives up some control over when to kill something, right? Yeah, there's a bag. Alright, that should do it. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, that'll do. Better than nothing. Using Boon of Quickness on the White Knight is usually pretty solid. Unfortunately, yeah, her skill isn't triggering that much, the velocity shift, but it's just a good combo, right? Like speeding her up so that she gets turns more often, which then means that you know, you're speeding up the rest of the group as well, as long as, again, if velocity shift is actually triggering. So yeah, pretty solid setup. Oh, Balder helmet? What? Wait. Oh, okay. So that would have dropped. So I assume that would have dropped a card, but since it had picked up a Balder helmet, it only dropped the helmet. Pretty goofy. Nobody's around for the velocity shift. Awesome. Good job. Well, that's a bit of a problem. Although, wow, 26% even from here. Let's see. I'll just go for the tame right from here. And then maybe I'll try the diagonal. Nah, alright, let's see what I can do with this guy. Such a weak heal. Maybe enough to keep him alive, though. Alright, big heal coming up here. Oh, not fair. Alright. Where is... Yeah. There we go. Balder helmet and the Beast Claw that time. Started on this guy. Alright, well, so this should... Well, I guess we'll get a couple of shots at this, but... Oh, there we go. Alright, got him. Oh, here, let's do this. Let's move to a different spot. Try to get that, or try to get meditation to trigger. Nope, not that time. There we go. Just like that. Oh, way too much. Alright. Alright, we are ready to attempt some more taming. It's gonna be not so fun. Back with her. Yeah. He's in like just a terrible spot to try to tame. I wonder if I should just let him take his turn and move out of there. Oh, got him. Alright, good deal. We are, I believe, done now, right? Just gotta kill this last guy. This gremlin. And we'll just stop him. Yeah, that was, I mean, that wasn't too bad. You know, recruiting, though, the process is always kind of, you know, hit and miss, but Chariot makes it a lot easier. Boom. Got it. Alright.
Onward to Rhyme!
Onward indeed. Got a couple of logs. Sweet. Alright, got our water charm and earth charm. Everybody's capped out already. So we get an experience charm. I'm not going to name this guy because he's just probably going to end up getting auctioned off anyway. Same with this one. Same with this one. But yeah, pretty solid fight there.
This defies all reason.
Our enemy fields a host equal to our own, perhaps greater.
How have they mustered such a force in such short order?
Perhaps Hierophant Balbatos had even more enemies than we suspected. It is true that on word of his death, men deserted his armies like rats from a foundering ship. What's more, the New Wallister Alliance enjoys the support of the slaves and commons. It would seem this young Denham is as much at home before a crowd as he is at the head of an army.
You speak as though it was not your doing that brought us to this unhappy pass. We ought to have marched on Almorica as soon as we took Rhyme. Perhaps it's not too late. Summon my war council. Inform them I plan to lay siege to Almorica.
At once, my lord.
I beg you reconsider, Lord Regent. Surely the Bakram armies alone are not sufficient to the task.
What? The Dark Knights would abandon us now? You wouldn't dare.
You have an arrangement with the High Champion, an arrangement with certain obligations.
Obligations, you say? As I recall, you are obliged to grant me whatever aid I require to wrest control of these isles. Aid I have yet to receive. Yet here I sit, waiting, while you lecture me about my obligations.
Stay your anger, Lord Regent. I meant only to suggest you avoid rousing them before there is need. Have patience. You'll see.
And how will you reward my patience? I half fear you mean to betray us for a new suitor.
Do you not trust us, Lord Regent? That would be most unfortunate.
I spoke without thinking. But understand, my patience is not without limit.
Not to worry, Lord Regent. We'll take care of everything, I assure you.
Very well. We wait.
As you say, my lord.
Okay, let's take a look here at the Warren report. I doubt that there's going to be anything new, but yeah, nothing. Always good to check, though. Alright, so I'm going to save here and call it a day. So as always, I hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.